Today we talk about the preview of the game number 3 of the Stanley Cup Final Playoff 2025, following by the NHL News, the Montreal Canadiens Rumors, the Montreal Canadiens News, and we're going to talk about the Salary Cap and NHL. Don't go nowhere. This is the place to be to hear more about the NHL and the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, preview of the game number 3. Not much to tell you other than the fact that the series is now in Florida, in Sunrise, in the state of Florida. The series is tied 1-1. The Florida announced possible AJ Greer could play and join the team now for game number 3. And the Edmonton Oilers announced possible or questionable about the RNH to be in the roster for the Edmontons tonight for the game number 3. Finally, if you review the first 2 games, game number 1 overtime, Leon Draisaitl gave the W and the game-winning goal for the Oilers. And finally, game number 2, second overtime period, it was Brad Marchand, his second goal of the game on breakaway, got the game-winning goal. It gave the W to the Panthers. That's all. The only thing we want to add is don't forget, please, to join us live at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for the play-by-play by the Hockey Nation. Now, my second news of the day is about the NHL news. A review of what's going on in the weekend. It was really quiet the last 48 hours in NHL. You're going to see after all the news I have to give you today. First of all, we hear from the Anaheim Ducks. Possible the targeting Mitch Marner if is $14 million. First of all, take a note, the Anaheim Ducks have $38 million to spend for the upcoming season in NHL, and I think they have enough money to spend Marner with that group of the young core prospect already they have, and this could be a great addition for the Ducks to get a player like Mitch Marner inside of the organization. My second news of this is from the Winnipeg Jets. Take a note. This is a really funny situation. On the X account, we saw a picture of Connor Hellebuyck on his backyard with the 2 trophies, the Hart Trophy and the Vezina Trophy. He looked like he's going to be the winner of both trophies. Every day on the weekend, then NHL is going to announce a new winner of different trophy. And this coming on the social media. It's not announced by the NHL yet, but it's very interesting to see Connor Hellebuyck could become the winner of the Hart Trophy and the Vezina Trophy. The last goaltender did it in NHL is Carey Price. Finally, a signature only during the weekend. It was Jack Finley with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Played only 1 game last year with the Tampa Bay Lightning. The big 6'6", that drafted second round in 2020, 57 overall pick, signed a 3-year deal at $735 AAV per season. And that's all we got for you guys for NHL news today. Now, my next subject, guys, is about the Montreal Canadiens. But before we jump on the rumor, I want to give you some news about the Montreal Canadiens very quickly, and then we can move on to the rumor. First of all, we want to congratulate the Luc Cavalier for the 12-year Lions. The goaltender become the MVP of the playoff of the East Coast Hockey League. We know the Lions won the Kelly Cup and the ECHL. One I'm really interesting about this is a goaltender, is 26 years old, been called up a couple of times this season as a backup for the Laval Rocket. The option for me is, we know Primo is RFA, is maybe leave the organization. Only Jacob Fuller right now is in Laval Rocket as a goaltender. We know Tobesh is with Montreal Canadiens, so is it possible Luc Cavalier could become the goaltender number 2 with Laval Rocket? So Cavalier is an option for the Laval Rocket for upcoming season. My second news of the guys, I want to talk about the Laval Rocket and the Montreal Canadiens are on the same page because of Pascal Vincent played a big role inside the Montreal Canadiens organization, and he's very good on the team building process. Now, remember, before that, I don't want to be again GF old, but how many times we hear from the different player call out for the Laval Rocket to go to Montreal Canadiens and realize they don't have the same system, they don't play the same way. I remember one time Logan Mailloux said, I never played that way with the Laval Rocket. Now with Pascal Vincent, it's not the same. They play the same system Rocket and Montreal Canadiens. That's the first good thing. Secondly, Pascal Vincent is really good to develop young core prospect players in NHL. He did it for many years with the Winnipeg Jet organization. Now he does the same thing with the Laval Rocket. Look about what happened with Florent Jacquard. At some point, it was possible Jacquard was not stay with the Laval Rocket and returning engineer. But Vincent keep him, and he finished the year with the Laval Rocket. Jacquard 24 goals. For me, was the most improved during the season 2024-2025 and the Montreal Canadiens organization for the prospect. Look other players. Sean Ferrell's second year. The way he communicates with the players. Because the players, guys, play in the American Hockey League, they need to find a path in front of them. They need to see, hey, if Montreal bring other players and they don't have any job, they don't want to stay in the American Hockey League forever. So if they see something could happen the next 2 years in front of them, they could have an opportunity to play in NHL Montreal Canadiens. Talking about Mayu, Rebacker, Beck, Ekstrom, possible Trudeau, Jacquard, and others. This could be a great way to keep the players positive around the Laval Rocket. And, of course, the reason behind that for me is Pascal Vincent. So, Pascal Vincent enjoyed to be with Laval Rocket. He mentioned during an interview, he said, look, I have an opportunity every morning to eat with my parents for a breakfast. I never did that before, and I enjoyed to have those kind of opportunity every single day to be with my family. And I'm jumping right away. You're going to see beside me all the time, Habs are looking for a second center and RHD for many videos for the Montreal Canadiens because this is the target of Kent Hughes in the summer. I have a couple of rumors for the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, someone put on the X account the last 24 hours some kind of trade between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Montreal Canadiens, and the player involved is the left defenseman 6'6", Nicolas Hague. For me, it's really surprised me because it's a left defenseman. Montreal already have many defensemen and some in the Laval Rocket. I don't understand why the Montreal are targeting Nicolas Hague. Yes, he plays sometimes on the right side, but I don't see that opportunity for the Montreal Canadiens to looking for Nicolas Hague. My second news of the day is about the Montreal Canadiens trade one of the two pick and to get in return the first round pick 2026 for that team. They're going to make that transaction. Of course, I'm sure they're going to have some kind of condition, maybe top 10, top 15, but the effect possible, the 2026 NHL draft a little bit better, deeper. Possible Montreal could have an option to make that trade. Again, this is a rumor around the Montreal Canadiens. I disagree with that. I think Montreal is going to keep both picks and select players, or they could move up and to trade one of the two picks. But to see that transaction they mentioned, I don't see that for the Montreal Canadiens. And finally, my last remark, guys, is about would you do it? Give a contract to Sam Bennett at $10 million a plus, Mitch Marner for $13.5 million a plus, and John Tavares $8 million a plus. This is the number I'll stick with each player in NHL for the new contract you're going to get after July 1st, 2025, when all three players are UFA. This is a crazy number, to be honest with you. Bennett, $10 million a plus. I know what he accomplished in the playoffs, but during the season, it's not a big center in NHL. Then Marner, I understand he get 100 points per year, but what he does in a playoff for $13.5 million, I'm not sure about this. And finally, John Tavares at 35 years old, he's going to be 36, and to give him a 4 years contract at $8 million a plus, I don't think so. So for Montreal Canadiens, no, don't jump on that area because that's not worth it for the Montreal Canadiens. That's it. That's all we got for the rumor. Now I want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens, their salary cap for the upcoming season. Yes, they are only at $6.1 million with 20 players already signed on 23. Wow, coach. The salary cap increased a lot and they're only at 6.1, which doesn't include the contract of Carey Price at this moment. Remember, they have a couple of UFA, Peseta, Armia, Christian Dvorak, David Savard, We'll see what he's going to do with them. But I want to go a little bit more deeper to show what the Montreal Canadiens have for the upcoming season. First of all, guys, this summer they still have to sign Emil and Eman. Tobesh is trouble. All three players are RFA. No one of them going to sign a contract over $1.5 million. So they have enough money to cover those three players. And with those three players, that give them the roster 23. But they still have Carey Price contract they can manage a long term. And they have an extra $10 million they can manage at some point if they want more players under roster 2025-2026. Now, the UFA, the RFA with the Laval Rocket, Gignac and Alex Barry-Boulet are UFA. Gignac thought possible to play in Europe. No news about Barry-Boulet. Great year with the Laval Rocket. We'll see what he's going to do. Montreal gave him a great contract last season. Is it the way they're going to do also with him for the upcoming season? I don't know yet. They still have many other players, RFA, RHP, Farrell, Simoneau, Trudeau, Offenmeyer, and Caden Primo. Now, Offenmeyer is a little bit older, like Caden Primo. Trudeau is only 22 years old. We know Simoneau does not go nowhere. And Farrell and RHP, we'll see. They're going to see inside Montreal Canadiens. I don't see RHP go somewhere else. I'll be shocked to see that. But they are the players right now with the Montreal Canadiens and the Laval Rocket, their situation. But I'm not done yet because I'm going to give you what's happening in July 2026, July 1st. Montreal Canadiens, they're going to have the contract of Madison, Price, and Laney out. That gave Montreal Canadiens over $23 million more on their pocket. They're all UFA. The only three regular players for the Montreal Canadiens and the roster, Lennartson, Kirby Duck, and Albert Jacquard become RFA. And then for the Laval Rocket, they got RFA, and they are Luke Tuck, Jarrett Davidson, Joshua Roy, Kipney, and Logan Mailloux. So Montreal Canadiens have more money to spend on the summer 2026. This is why I said all the time here, Kent Hughes is going to be very patient this summer and possibly wait for the upcoming year and summer 2026 to make bigger transaction in NHL. This is how I see the situation for Kent Hughes. Of course, I can be wrong, but I give you a bit more an idea what is the situation for the Montreal Canadiens about the salary cap for the upcoming season. And that's all we got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, click on the like, and of course become member of the channel. Finally, you have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessed day, everybody.